Hey everyone, and welcome back to another car review. Today, I will be reviewing the 1998 Toyota Supra RZ. Now, when I originally wrote the script, I was unaware Hoki Hoshi had already reviewed this model in Horizon 4, post the announcement of the return of Toyota to Forza Horizon. But I still have not watched that video, so I will be curious as to how much our video reviews compare on this. The 1998 Mark IV Supra is an iconic vehicle with many movie cameos and an engine coveted by a lot of car enthusiasts. Originally, the Supra started as a sub-trim of the Toyota Celica, but with a high success rate of that trim, Toyota decided to make it into its own sports car with the release of the Mark II. The Mark IV became an icon with the release of the 2JZ motor, a cast iron block capable of producing over 800 horsepower without needing mods to the block. However, from the factory, the Toyota Supra came with a respectable 320 horsepower in the US. This 2JZ was powered by sequential turbos, meaning one smaller turbo spooled up at lower RPM until mid-range. Then, the smaller turbo would feed the larger second turbo, providing higher boost at higher RPMs. Already from the factory, this car looks and sounds great. Let's take a listen to that exhaust note. Right off the bat, the exhaust screams 2JZ. Smooth acceleration on wide open throttle just carries the spirit of the Supra as you drive through the forest. In its stock form, the car comes as a mid-B class with 646 PI. Handling is great. The suspension is very absorbent and forgiving of oversteer. But the braking will definitely need some upgrading and tweaking, as I needed to brake very early in order to enter a 45-degree or more turn. But overall, in its stock form, this car handles well. Lots of potential for a great A-class road build. The car feels really planted to the ground and ready for more power. So let's get this thing back to the garage and see what we can do. Alright. Well, customization is all over for this car. There's a wide body kit preset by KRC Japan. This is an excellent kit if you want to build a time attack car, perfect for the rally adventure or even a run up the Vulcan Sprint. But I probably won't be using that for this road build. Body kits for this car are very diverse, from Bomex, June, Trial, and Abflug, plus an assortment of Forza front bumpers that aren't the standard aero kit. With rear wings from C West, Trial, June, APR Performance, KRC, Big Country Labs, and of course the standard Forza wing, 5 options for the rear bumper, 3 side skirts, and 2 hood options make this car a highly customizable vehicle in the game. I'm going to build this very quickly and tune it up. Run it around the test tracks Dijon Prenois and NOLA, and then we will come back for our final review and score. The choice for customization was tough. Each body kit had its own style that appeased the eye, but I finally settled on the Trial body kit. This kit keeps the Supra legacy while still putting a tuner Colt spin on it. Paired with Workmeister L1 3-piece wheels, this car looks like something you would see at a car meet or car show. Keeping the original engine, it now pumps out 571 horsepower and 531 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs in at 3,043 pounds. Tuned up, this car drives very nicely on the streets of Mexico and on custom tracks. Of course, with upgraded brakes, it's able to late brake into sharper turns and get through the braking zones faster. I did have to extend out the gears to reduce tire spin on launch. Around the technical track of Dijon-Prenois, I found that you really had to anticipate a turn more than a track-focused car. Understeer was a little more of an issue with no front aero, but throttle management could easily correct that. Corner exit oversteer was also noticed, but again, lighter inputs on throttle cleaned that right up. After a few laps to find the sweet spot on the car, I managed a respectable 1 minute, 5 seconds, 0.400. Now, because this is the first car we are reviewing on this track in this manner, I don't have anything to compare it to. However, in just some fun racing with friends and other A-class tuned cars, this sits roughly mid-pack. But now, over to the big track, NOLA Motorsports Park. Once this car was able to open up and really spool up the turbo in the straights, it planted itself to the track and just went. The Supra covered all 2.8 miles of NOLA in 1 minute, 26.520 seconds. This is now going to be the base time for future comparisons until we have more times on the board. Okay, now how does this car score? We will be using 3 categories to score our cars: style, competitiveness, and fun factor. All 3 will be rated out of 10 points. Starting with style, the Supra has so many options to customize and really make the car your own, with several options having adjustable aero to make them practical to use as well. Even the stock front bumper has the active aero lip, a fun feature that really drives the immersion factor. So I am scoring this at a 9. This is definitely a tuner's car, and I love to see the different body panels people use to customize it. For competitive, it gets a 6. It's nothing that stands out in custom adventure or online racing, but it also doesn't just fall to the back. I found it sits in the upper mid-pack among other similar tuned cars, and that makes for some good close racing. Likewise, tuning did take some time to find the sweet spot on the car for suitable driving, so this is definitely not a get in and drive fast kind of build. Finally, the fun factor. This car was a lot of fun to both build and just drive around, and because the style is so nice, it makes for a great cruiser with friends. So, I'm rating this one at a 7.5. The little bit of throttle management needed to keep up with other builds keeps it from an 8. But, overall, it was a lot of fun to just cruise around in. Alright, well, that brings us to a total score of 22.5 out of 30. Not a bad score for the first one reviewed this way. Well, that does it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you like most about the Supra, and let me know what car you would like to see next. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next video.